back. Today is the 9th anniversary for me and my partner Kerry, and I thought it might be topical to talk about anniversaries, birthdays, special holidays, special events. As you can probably imagine, they're not something that I really enjoy. Quite the opposite, if I'm being honest, which is what these videos are all about. They're very stressful, full of anxiety for me. Now I'm diagnosed, I can look back and I can see why they caused me such stress and anxiety. And moving forward, I can deal with that in a different way. I can approach it from a different angle. But until I got diagnosed last year, they were always the times that everybody else around me looked forward to, and they were the things that I dreaded. Now, as you can imagine, someone with Aspergers going to a party or a dinner or a drink with lots of people, basically that's the environment that I don't want to be in. And I suppose I've always known that I didn't like being in those situations, so I'd always try and get out of it or cut it short. A lot of the time I can remember having some of my biggest arguments, bust-ups with my family or my partner around these times, because I was going through a lot of stress and anxiety that I didn't recognise as such, because I didn't know these were triggers and things that I couldn't deal with very well at all. You know, because it's going back to the episode about being in places, you know, like pubs and clubs and restaurants. They're the exact places that I really don't want to be at all. I now know why, but at the time I didn't. So, because I didn't have an understanding of it, it would cause massive arguments and cause me a lot of stress. And it's not that I don't enjoy the company of certain people. I've got a close group of friends that when I see them I will enjoy their company, but there are certain things that happen at birthdays and anniversaries that fill me with dread. This is all magnified, of course, if I'm the one that's got the birthday or the anniversary, because I'm the centre of attention. All eyes are on me. Massively self-conscious. I'm already dealing with all the other stresses, so to have like a birthday cake rolled out with candles on it and everyone singing happy birthday, and that intense feeling of everybody in the room looking at you at once, is one of the most excruciating things to bear I can think of. It just fills me with dread and anxiety. It's not, I'm not being put in a awkward situation or bad situation, and it's all good meaning and it's all for the right reasons. But I really don't want to do that. I'm quite happy to stand in the background and observe and be part of it, and for somebody else to be in the spotlight. But when it comes to those sort of things, no, I don't want a fuss made of my birthdays. Since my diagnosis, I think it's taught me already to appreciate the importance of these events for neurotypical people and how much emphasis they put on these events. So whereas before I probably would have left early, whether that being just disappearing or causing an argument or just leaving, I'm now kind of, I know what I'm up against, and I'll make the effort, I think, because it's a two-way street. People now know that if I do go outside, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm not pissed off or angry. I just need that 10-minute breather, and then I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to be refreshed, and I'm going to carry on. And as long as the people around me don't get anxious or pissed off for me doing that, that works really well. My stepdaughter got married earlier in the year, and this was one of the first times that the family had got together in this way, and they knew that if I disappeared in the evening's celebrations, don't worry, don't go running off looking for me, I'll be coming back. And I did do that a couple of times, and it made such a difference for me. It made more of a difference to me knowing that people knew why I was doing it and were giving me the space and the room to do it. That took a massive burden off of my shoulders of not feeling guilty for that disappearing act that I did for like 15 minutes. If anyone asked where I was, they just said, I'm having a breather. People knew why. Before, if I went out and had that breather that I needed, someone would come out and inevitably cause a massive argument with me because apparently I was being rude, insensitive, not joining in. That was just then doubling all the stress and anxiety on top of the reason that I went out in the first place. And I think that's why I've dreaded those kind of gatherings and special occasions for my whole life. Now, I'm not going to suddenly start enjoying them to the max, but as I said, I can give myself a breather, and people can give me a breather. And there's a workaround now, and that was part of what, getting a diagnosis. It's small things like that, which are small, but they are massive to me because I can give myself the break. I know what to do, and I can alleviate some of these things that have happened in the past just by doing a few simple little things. And my partner's really good because she's understanding. She's giving me the space that I need, and she can explain to others if I just have to get up and go, that don't worry, he'll be back. And if anyone wants to know why, she can tell them. I don't hide the fact that I've got Aspergers. I've told pretty much everyone that knows me. I'm quite happy to talk about it to anyone. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm still going through that stage of it's bringing me so much positivity at the moment, having a diagnosis, understanding the condition more and more, understanding how it affected me down the years, and trying to apply that hindsight logic moving forward so I can avoid situations in the future and it doesn't ever get to those levels where I've just had enough and I have a meltdown over it. I think some of it as well, comes down to the empathy thing and the sort of it's not being selfish, but it's kind of more focused on the environment, what it's doing for me. That's one of my biggest lessons I think to learn going forward, is having an understanding that these things are more important to neurotypical people than they'll ever be to me. I appreciate every day, my family and people that are around me, and the very few friends that I have. That's enough for me to know that I don't need to be constantly having that reinforced. But I do understand that there are occasions and celebrations and important dates that I have to put myself in that zone where it's not going to be the most comfortable thing, but I can get around it now a little bit, and I can get through it, and I can make the effort, and I think people will see the difference, and people understand now. So yeah, I thought I'd have a little talk about that and say, basically, you know, someone who's got Aspergers, they come across sometimes as being really grumpy and killjoys, and those special occasions and events, they're really stressful times, and with a little bit of understanding and give and take, you know, everyone can feel like, you know, they've had a good time, and I haven't spoilt the whole day because I spent most of it outside. Yeah, so I thought that might be of interest to a few people to hear my thoughts on that. So thanks for watching once again, and till next time, bye.